Right, welcome to a new video. The Gurnos Quarrey and Tramway, and we're at the bottom of Cyfarthfa Park, and here's the southern entrance of the Cyfarthfa Tramway. So we're going to head up to this area, but we're going to go up the tramway first on the old canal bank. But here's a little information about it. If you look where that sign is saying DJ Reese and then green cabins, that's on top of Cyfarthfa limekins, which I'll show you an old painting of now. Yeah, the limekins are on private land now, I think, but not sure if there's a gate. You used to be able to go in there, but I'm not sure if it's private land now. But we're going to head this way. Just coming down now, you can see the water going into Cyfarthfa Lake, coming from here. New feature here. Head straight on. The feature over there, water coming out to the bank. And we're up to the outlet today, and as you can see the canal water is up, so it is actually running down here today. Going down here then into the River Taff below. Right, on the way back, instead of we'll go all the way down the Gurnos Tramway, and we'll come underneath this waterfall, show you it from underneath, which cracking sight, and we're in for a photo or something. So we'll do our way on the way back. We'll do a big circle. There it's coming out there, as you can see. I'll put the link in if it's been opened from a couple of years ago again, in case anyone hasn't seen it. We're going to head straight on. Right, as you walk in, you come to, I go straight across, bit of a crossroads or down. We are actually above the Gurnos Tramway, it is down there, but you got an information board here. But I do have noticed across there, which I can have a quick little look at. They put all RS fencing up to stop you, I think, walking across the canal bank. So I'm going to have a quick look at that, and then come back to here, and we're going to head down there. Right, we're heading across. Just if anyone wants to come up here, you can park up there by Lakeside Gardens. Just walk down the bank here, and then head back, and then just go back down onto there. But I'm going to just have a quick little look over here, see what's going on, where they put the fencing up. Like I said in a previous video a couple of years ago, I did walk across here, which was a bit dangerous, but let's have a quick little look here now. I don't know what all that white is in the water. It's like a layer they put down or something. Not sure. But like I said, danger. So have a little look through there. Oh, I don't know why after all these years they put danger. Like I said, a couple of years ago I walked across the top of that. I'll put the link in for the video now. But like I said, you can't go across here anymore. So we're going to turn around and head back across here. Right, we're back here. There's a signpost, Gurnos Tram Road, which is down there, which we're heading to. Cyfarthfa Castle back there. Cyfarthfa Nature Reserve, where we go into the Gurnos Quarrey. Bit of an information board here. But we're going to head down this way. Right, walking down, we've got this bit of a wall then, water coming through everywhere here. Here's that area I showed you just now, which is fenced off. You can see up there. So a lot of water come through the walls, you noticed here. And we got this old bridge in. Not sure the date of that bridge. If I find any information, I'll put it in. But we're coming down now onto the actual Gurnos Tram road, which you can see over there. So a lot of water coming through today. And you can see earlier the canal bank was up a bit as well. But like I said, that goes on all the way to Cyfarthfa Lime Kilns, straight on to Pontycafna Bridge, and then straight over into the Cyfarthfa Ironworks. They were quarrying the limestone from this quarry. So we're going to head up this way. You see old stone walls up there, banks. And the canal bank, which I was on in another video, is right up on top of there. But we're going to head across this way. We come down a bit further, and you've got a bit of a curve in the wall here. And then up above there is the canal bank, which I walked across. But we're going to head up here. Not much to see. Like I said, loads of stones with all the sleeper marks in them. But this goes all the way to the Gurnos Quarrey. Walking across, you can still see a bit of iron. And that's a good example of where the track was. I'll put all the history into the beginning at what year this started, or roughly the year. But we're under the big bridge now. We're going to head straight on. Look from this angle, you can see how the bridge goes onto the quarry edge. So they cut the level and then put the bridge on top of there. If you look over there, there's another feature. I don't know what that is. You've got like a oblong wall and you go straight across there, so it's starting to fall in. There is a track going on the other side, so whether that goes through anything, I don't know. Anyone knows, let me know. I've never been that side of the river, so it could be worth a little walk one day. And like I said, there's another building here, like a little bit of a platform, and you got a platform over there. Coming to the end of the track here now, and there's an interesting stone. Look how long it is. Probably about 6 foot. Where they're just chucking stones here so they can put a track on, like there. Canal bank is getting smaller. We're nearly on land, so keep heading across. Right, we're coming to the end of the tramway line. You said no more sleepers here or anything. And you've got your canal starting here, underwater. And we're at the Gurnos Quarrey. Absolutely massive. If you look at the size of it. I'll put a picture in now, old picture of what it once looked like. So I don't know where to start. I think we'll go up the right side and walk around underneath the cliff. There was a bit of a landslide here a couple of years ago, so we'll have a look for that and see if we can find any old fossils or anything. Before we go over there, if you look at the big A470 bridge up there, I'll show you some footage I filmed a few years ago looking at this angle from on top of it. Right, as you can see, I'm up here now, looking down. You can see all the trail, all the bricks being cleaned. You see the canal track. Hell of a drop. Let's have it on top of Kevin Bridge. Brilliant views up here. Across the other side quick. Straight down, like I said, hell of a drop. See the canal finishing up there. And the old wooden bridge going across. Quarry line to stop for the canal. I'll take it right back now down to the path. Yeah, we're heading over now, and also read or something, there's a cave system, yeah, which goes under the A470, which is that big bridge up there. So we might come across a few caves, who knows, but like I said, this is absolutely massive and it goes on and on over there. Just noticed here, you got this big square cut stone, but then you notice then you got this bit of a bump here, so this possible, if you look here, there's a lot of stonework here, so this could be a possible old building or something, an old trackway, and straight across by there was old houses, which I'll show you a picture of now. And see the spoil humps are all around here, but we're going to make a start and go over to the right and work our way across the cliff edge. Right, to the right we just picked up a bit of a trackway, which people have cut through or something, so we're going to head across. If you're coming up here, watch all these weeds, they're very dangerous, they're trying to trip you up everywhere. But we're going to head down here now and have a little look. Yeah, we just come in here and there's a lot of old stones here. I don't know if there's an old building, there's something over there which you can have a little look at now. Two old stones. Let's have it on the other side of the canal now. Massive stones here. I don't know, that's a bit of a building, but there, we'll have a little look now. Yeah, we just had a little look by there, and it's just the trees come down. So, we're going to head this way now, and have a look at the quarry. We just come on a bit further, you've got all these smashed up rocks again. Looks like a bit of entrance way going into the canal, but who's to know. Let's just head this way, have a little look at the start of it all. To show you how big these stones are in the cliff edge. Absolutely massive. Tree grown from all. So just have a little look down here. See if you see anything. I don't know how far we can go over. And you got the bridge then. Massive stones, but I'm not going to risk going across here today. We've got plenty to see over this side, so we're going to head up the cliff edge side now. Massive logs up there, the concrete then with iron rods right through it, probably more modern than that is. We're going to head this way. Massive stones here. We're going to head this way. It's a bit of a, I won't say shelter here, no. See the split on the limestone? Breaking everywhere. Look at that. Due for a fall or break. Could take thousands of years before it breaks finally, but So you can see someone's used this as hangout fire over there. So you're actually in under the cliff now, if you think about it, before it's quarried. So yeah, that's an interesting one. I said that's above you one. Look at all that, that's about to go, that is. We're going to head around this way. Right, a lot of red on this wall. Anyone knows what it is? Don't think it's paint. Any stone person here, experts, let us know. They probably know what it is. Is it redstone? I don't know. See another gap up here then. We're going to try and get down there somehow, but it is getting a bit tricky here. I just walked over this and my daughter just posted, she said, what's this? So we got a big iron, like a steel gate or fence here. It's an old one, it's an old iron. So, who knows? We're going to try and get through here. Right, we just come on a bit further and we got a bit of a drop here now, where they've been quarrying this part of the bank out. Stopped here, so you got a bit of a dig out. So, we're going to try and get back out to that open, go through here and get back out into the open. Right, we just come up through here, just having a little look, and my daughter spotted this. It's like a square cut out with a stone in there on its own. But if you notice to the left, you got a rope. So, is that a possible cave entrance? You'd have to be a small man to get in there, but you know what these caves are like, you get in anywhere. So that's quite an interesting one. Like I said, the stone is quite big. A couple of markings on it as well. I'll have to zoom in and I'll see if I can see any more. But anyone knows anything about that stone? Probably nothing, but who knows? Like I said, the rope is inside there. So, weird. We're going to carry on walking across, head down here into the open and then back to the right. Right, we're coming across now, and this is the part that I said they got a bit of a landslide the last few years. It's absolutely massive. If you look at it, this big one, I don't know how long will that come down, but there's the landslide over there, which we'll try and go a bit close to it, see if there's any fossils about. But someone's cut the gap through here for some reason. I'm not sure if that's old or new, water perhaps leaving it out. But we have got a little bit of a cave in there, which you can have a look at now. It's not a cave, it's just where the bottom rock has been taken out there. Well, that's an interesting one up there if you look there. Looks like a wall of a house, which the both rocks have come down through the middle of it. Like I said, this big landslide with the one face still up. That's interesting. But we're going to go in here, have a little look closer. Right, that's about it. There's not much to see in there. I'm not going to risk going in there, you know what I mean? Give that one a miss. But here's the landslide here with all the fresh mud and earth. So we're not going to go too close to the edge, obviously. But we're going to go back around and have a little look if we can get up to it. Yeah, just looking at this bed here now and where it's come from. I'm wondering if water was coming down through here for thousands of years. Was making this bed, I mean, going down there. And it's not man-built, this bit of a hole. Well, I could be wrong, it could be just from quarrying years ago. But we're going to head down there where that big rock is. Right, it's just come down. And this stone is absolutely massive. One of the biggest stones I've ever seen in my life. And obviously it's come from up there. Like I said, the bank is giving way. And it all seems to be coming from up, you know, up there where it started breaking. See the cliff edge with that tree on it starting to go as well. And this is where the recent landslide was about 2 years ago, I think, 2024. But a quick look in here, see if there's any fossils. Nothing sticking out me, but I'm guessing there's going to be thousands in there. I mean, just limestone. Look at all this beer, it's unbelievable. Any fossil hunters want to give it a go? No doubt you'll find some fossils in there. Absolutely massive, some of these stones. But just looking at this again, it is huge. You can't even get a size of it unless you like absolutely massive. So that's done a bit of a roll. It's come probably from the top, rolled down there to be here and landed. See our little fossils in there. Little round one there, fossils. Well, like I said, that has come from up there. Right, we're heading across. Stones everywhere here. In a quarry, or you would guess that. Another pile over here. But you can imagine back in the day what this would have been like. There have been thousands of people working here. I mean, there's ups and downs everywhere. Like there's ditch beer all the way around the quarry. So I'm guessing the quarry have built there. But we're not going to get through here, so we're going to head around. Right, we walked on a bit and you can see these bit of mounds coming on now. So it looks like possibly this will be a tramway going up here. And then all the workings would have been in by there or something. For these big mounds. Like I said, I'll put all the pictures in there so you get an idea what it was like at the beginning. Right, we're heading a bit further on. See a bit of a dig out over here. Possibly be a room back in the day. You see how square it is? So you got the entrance. It's over there, coming in. We're walking across here, up there, back the other way. So I'm seeing this as an old house ruins or whatever they were doing here. Could be an old farm, could be anything. So we're going to keep following the path further on. Another massive stone again. See any fossils on here. Absolutely massive, that one. Probably just road on the bank. There's the hill then, you can start going back up to the Gurnos farm our way. Or up to the A470. When we used to come swimming down here, we used to climb up there and get back to the Gurnos. Right, we're still going on, and the quarry is still going. You can see this old pathway they've made, how old this is. Who knows, might go back to Roman days. I mean, they followed the rivers, didn't they? Perhaps there was an old trackway this way going up to Ponstan. Right, walk on a little bit further. Got a bit of a weir over there, and this is the end of the Gurnos Quarry. See these massive stones in there, that's where it all starts. Have a quick little look. Up here to the Gurnos farm. You can see they started quarrying all over there. So there you can see, but there's the bank and there's the end of the quarry edge. So we're going to go back down track now, so we have a few features on the right side of the Gurnos Quarrey. We're going to head this way, so we're the right of the Gurnos Quarrey now. And we've got this massive mound here. So wherever this is a spoil heaps from the quarry, all this stuff. Hard to say. But on the old pictures, which you've seen at the beginning and earlier, don't seem to be any mounds here. So I'm guessing it's going to be spoiled tip. But I'm going to keep heading this way. We just walked up here, and that was a possible, old trackway someone's put in. But which goes over the top of all this. Now nothing sticking out like ruins. But a few humps and bumps in places, like down here. Like there you can see a big mound, but we're just going to follow the path down. Now we're just heading down. If you come to here, looks like a possible wall. There's nothing on the other side, but there. And then you've got this wall, if you look at it that way. And you've got nothing again. So that's possibly one of the remains of the old buildings here. Come back out in the open again, and you got a bit of a hill drop here, a couple of foot. Hope it's a slate. And if you go to the right here, then what we can see here, that's the remains of the old Cyfarthfa cotton mill. You see the hole underneath, and there's a window over there. That's in another video. Put the link in now. That's about it. Everything is grown over up here, and like I said, got this big mound going around here, but I'm guessing it's all spoiled. There's humps and bumps here. If you look at it, it's like a BMX track. It's up and down. There's that big stone over there we seen earlier, but these tracks go up and down. So you can see there, if we move up some down bumps. Full trackway here on the floor. Bit of a waterway here down there. See bird of prey flying up there. There he is, can you see him? Many years ago, where is he? There we are, he's going into the cliff edge. You all see nests up there. Like I said, we're still coming down here. So whether this was natural, all these hills, and the aquarium was in there and the houses, but the houses looked like they were on the hills we just come over. So they could have all been destroyed and just all grown over. But we're coming out to the wooden bridge in Cyfarthfa or Cyfarthfa bridge. And that's about it for the Gurnos Quarrey. There's an interesting one. You got the square and you got 4 holes on this one. But quite interesting. Right, we walked back down the Gurnos Tramway, and where we earlier came down our way. We're going to go straight on this time and do a complete circle to where we started. So and see if there's any more features down this way. Right, we come on a bit further. It's a bit wet this way, and the old walls are starting to come down in certain parts. But see the water coming through here. But we're going to keep on heading down. Right, coming down. Got a bit of steps into there, into some sort of little room. I'm guessing it's for workers, just to stand, or I don't know, have a cup of tea or something, or just stay out the way when the tram was coming. But keep looking down here. See the way they built a wall on top of this wall. Bit of a ledge there. I get a trackway still going on and on. Right, we come to another room here. Where's the last one where you had to go in? This one has been built to stick out. So probably doing the same thing. See the trackway over there. Oh, here we are. Got a little bit of a sign thing on this one. Squirrels running everywhere around here. But seems to be coming to an end here, so let's put a gate post on. Come on a bit further. We did come to a square thing saying keep out, but I don't think we keep out of the square because we didn't do a very good job. It's just half around there. So we're going to head on down, see if there's any other features. Right, we come on a little bit further on, and here's the waterfall from the beginning of the video. There's a canal, there's water into there, and straight down through here. And then that goes into a big tunnel over there, and then goes back into the tap. You can see the hole over there, it goes in. Whole bit of a drum over there, iron drum. But we're going to head across here, under the bridge, and then back to where we started. Right, come a few along across, and we've got two bridges. So a little look. Probably do a video on this at a later date. Find some information about it, because it's an old bridge, it says. And we'll do on a later date. As you see, this is a more modern bridge. Crosses to Cavan. But like I said, we'll do the bridges in a later video. Coming to the end of the road now, where we're going today. We're going to head up a street to Cavan. Straight on across there is the Limekins. I'm not sure we can get in there anymore. Then you got a trackway to the old bridge, the oldest iron bridge in the world. And then on to Cyfarthfa Works. Then we're going to end up here, and we just come out by there, bottom of Cavan High Street. We're heading straight on, and you can see the cart, the old tram by there, where we started the video. That's about it. Hope you enjoy the video. Catch you next time.